On Thursday, with less than 2 weeks before Election Day, President Joe Biden visited upstate New York to tell union workers how his administration defines success in managing the economy.
We're in a much better place. 10 million jobs created since we took office, a record for any administration in American history. Unemployment is at 3.5%, the lowest it's been in 50 years. 5.4 million Americans applied to start small businesses, the highest level ever in American history.
This is the argument the administration has been pushing, that despite high gas prices and record high inflation, the true reflection of the economy's health lies in larger indicators, like job growth. And what do voters think? VOA caught up with some voters in the lightly populated western state of Wyoming, a Republican stronghold.
When we had Donald Trump in office, things were, the economy was looking good. People's retirements were doing good. Everything else is doing good. And since he's been out of office, now you see all that stuff take a hit and started dropping down pretty bad.
Republican figures are largely echoing this argument ahead of the November 8th elections. No matter what office they're running for, candidates say that if they win, they'll oppose Biden however they can.
Whoever our next governor is going to be has to be capable of standing up and pushing back against Joe Biden and his bad policies that are infecting all of our country.
As this chart shows, Americans' cost of living has risen over the past year. And as this chart shows, the U.S. inflation rate is 8.1%, higher than average among G7 nations, but low compared with the global average. But pollsters say when it comes to the economy, dry data doesn't sway voters. Anxiety about their own bottom line does.
Essentially, when we ask people what their single most important issue is, the economy beats everything else by at least 3-1.
And economic anxiety can drive a desire for political change.
I do think it tells us that Americans are concerned about the economy, concerned about sort of the broader economic climate, and they sort of blame whoever is in power at the time for that. So right now that is the Democratic Party. So chances are Democrats are going to have a harder time in the midterms.
Americans will find out how that plays out on Election Day, November 8th. Anita Powell, VOA News, Washington.